1948, quote-unquote Israel was created. Palestinians were subjected to the Nakba. That was when the whole infrastructure of the post-World War international order was established, including the UN and the model of the Security Council, the International Declaration of Human Rights, Geneva Conventions were being developed into this international order. And yet the UN voted to establish Israel, one of the most shameful crimes in modern history. And now it's all come full circle following the Gaza Holocaust. From one Holocaust to another, the UN is being outmoded by the Trumpian one world government known as, in the most Orwellian terms possible, as a board of peace, with the consent of key regional players. And let's go back to Gaza, where we will see the master plan in detail. And again, I just want to emphasize this. This is a map of Gaza, but this is coming to a neighborhood near you if we allow this to happen. This is a model for humanity by our AI warlord masters. This is what the map looks like. And you can see yellow is where the so-called the unpeople, the refugee unpeople will live. Then the brown is for industrial complex data centers. Then there's one road along the side, highways and local transportation. And parks, agriculture, and sports facilities are green. There's a port. That looks pretty good, an airport. Everything's based in the south, though. That north, that brown zone is, those are the refugee camps that Israel wiped off the map. Jabalia, Beit Hanun, Gaza City is reduced to a tiny little space. There's a park in the middle of Gaza City to reduce residential areas. And here's a pretty good analysis of what this map means from someone named called Hamza Attar. Pink is where the rich live. Yellow is for the workforce. The slaves will work in the data centers and sweatshops. White,
a little more if you can.
Yeah. White, normalizing Israeli occupation. So look at these white areas here. And that's, the areas bordering Israel. So Israel gets this massive buffer zone. There's no border with Egypt. So the Philadelphia corridor is completely controlled by Israel. Shifting bounds from Gaza City to Khan Yunis and Rafah in the south. Gaza City population is now the highest, but it'll be reversed because that's, Gaza City is the base of the middle class in Gaza as well as the governing facilities. Industrial hubs mean relying on the Israeli supply chain. Electricity can be cut off whenever Israel wants. Rafah and Khan Yunis are being engineered as attractive cities to move Palestinians away from Gaza City towards the south. It also will move Palestinians toward Egypt and push them out, ultimately. The new port was moved to Rafah to be adjacent to the Israeli-occupied area. It's an Israeli-controlled port. Then there's a marina for the rich. Islands for rich investors or rulers to live away from the population is in section 10. So there it is. I mean, it's basically like a gigantic, biometrically controlled smart city. And right now, as Aaron pointed out, Gaza's being bombed. Several journalists were murdered 2 days ago while covering an Egyptian Humanitarian Foundation ceremony. People are being killed for trying to return to their homes across the so-called yellow line, which is in the areas in white in that map, because that's where Israel is now demolishing homes. And Jared Kushner refers to that in his speech. He says, we're clearing out the rubble. We're clearing out the rubble. Israel is blowing up homes across the yellow line to create the basis for this giant biometric concentration camp known as Gaza. That's where they're going to build new Rafah, which is in these maps from the master plan, which is in the PowerPoint presentation from the master plan, and new Khan Yunis. And then they're going to move in on the areas which are controlled by the resistance in Gaza. And they need to demilitarize and de-radicalize in order to push the population into these camps. And basically de facto slave camps, reservations. They're already there, but they're imposing this map on top of them. The Palestinians have never mattered. Their voices don't matter. There are no Palestinians on the board of peace. They don't exist as humanity. They didn't exist in 1948 when the UN voted, and they don't exist today. And this is, again, a model coming to you in the techno-feudalist future, and the only thing that's standing between it and us is the Palestinian resistance. The Palestinian resistance represented by murdered voices like Abu Obaida. Yeah, I said it. They were the true freedom fighters of humanity, standing against the Tony Blairs, the Larry Ellisons, the Jared Kushners, and the Gulf slime bags who want to profit from this. That's the reality. And yes, Tony Blair is on the board of peace.